And Clare Long sitting on the couch here. Clare wearing green, of course,
good
in
morning,
honor of the green team.
Yes, that's in my blood.
And good morning, gang. How are you today?
Morning, Rob.
And so we're going to talk about let's first start off with saying, what is the Mount Washington Valley Green Team?
I will defer to the chairman right here.
Well, we have a mission statement, and as all mission statements are, they probably have more words in them than they need. But if you took the 3 words out, that really, we encourage sustainable practices. So we have a steering committee, and we have several projects we do, and the projects we agree to do or we decide to do depend on, do they encourage sustainable practices, and do we have the resources to do them? Yeah. So that's really what we do.
And then you've got a big event tomorrow night.
Yes, what we've done, Rob, is we set up an annual meeting where we report back to the community, because it's good for us, it's good for our organization, but it's good for the community and all the people who work on these things to get it publicized. So we have projects, this is what we did, this is what we hope to do in the future, and then people come up with ideas, and it's a good opportunity for us to turn over our membership and to gain new, rejuvenate, and then move on. And then by March we will have decided this is what we're going to do for the year, and then individual groups work diligently and meet more frequently. But our steering committee meets 4 times a year. It's a good job, and it's a great help to. It's a great opportunity for people in the valley who like to do things like this, or have gardens, or have different projects, like to do sustainable things, but don't have a particular vehicle to do it.
Right. But the meeting tomorrow night is at 6. Clare, give us the scoop on the meeting.
Oh, scoop on the scoop there. 5:30 at the Eastern Slope Inn at the Legends Room. Be there. Pizza, raffles, and an opportunity to help out with what we're doing here in the valley, which are some really cool things.
There you go. Now, so one of the things, though, kind of from what you're saying, I think probably when people hear a green team or they're thinking that the only focus would be on recycling.
Exactly.
But there's a lot more.
There's tons. There are a lot of great projects. Well, we do. We have the gardens, these community gardens, and Jen Andrews is the one who's been doing that. And Russell Illinois has been great, because there are some with their Tasker Hill, Washington Street. You have one in Madison.
Madison too.
And an opportunity for people to come and work together in a community garden. Yeah. And then there's the one that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Funergy Festival, which is something we do in the summer, which is making people aware of energy and different ways energy is used. And we did that at the community center this past year, so that was lots of fun, lots of interactive stations and information. And then we also had sponsors who were there who did a lot of organic food and a lot of product and a lot of opportunities there. And then Julie Lanoy does our green tips, which are your in the paper. Yeah. And she's always looking for great ideas for that too. Just ways to do things, not only recycle, but to use cleaner, greener products for cleaning, and just the gamut, you name it, recycling all these different places. Colleen Cormack from Cormack Construction put together this really great bookmark. Thank you. I'm so glad he's here. God, he helps me. He helps me. That's one great thing about a chairman of a green team. He helps keeping us green. He gives us this information. The bookmark has places where you can recycle things. So it involves the recycling. Things like going to Nike to recycle your old sneakers there. Go to Timberland and bring your old hiking boots, things that you can't use anymore. It's all on this little card that we also will have tomorrow night at the meeting at 5:30 in the Legends Room at the Eastern Slope Inn.
So it's really a big picture thing. Yes. It's not just bringing your bottles to the landfill and having them recycled. Right. It's a big picture. Right. And there's a lot of this on the website, a lot of this information.
Absolutely.
And your website is?
Would be?
It is MWVGT.org.
That's pretty easy.
And there's also a Facebook there too, so you Google that, we'll see it.
We're scrolling through some pictures now on screen.
Scrolling. Yes, the No Idling campaign. Yeah, that was great. Yep, another one. So there's some long-term projects, but there's also some short-term projects. If you think, geez, I'd like to be involved, but I can't give all this time, well, then become involved in one of our projects, like the, if you can't get out a lot, then help out with the green tips, or boy, the Funergy event. We're trying to find ways to make that that grow and to reach out more to the energy conscious audiences. So working with that, the gardens.
In the gardens too, we have 47 plots spread around. They're 4 by 12. People rent them, so it's for your own vegetables. But there's also usually designated a couple of plots or some area that groups use, and they donate it to the church or the food pantry and so on for fresh vegetables. The Funergy that Clare put unbelievably amounts of time, and we meet more frequently when we're doing a Funergy project, but we had 1,500 people walk through there, and we used, some of our booths were vendors who explained this is how our solar electricity photovoltaic stuff works, and they were able to promote their business, and we it's a very low entry for those vendors. But we also had games for kids. It was mostly for kids to go. It was also at the same time as Bark in the Park, so we collaborated with another group to help with each other really with attendance. You know, and the recycling projects, we've helped the Valley Pride Day. At one point, it was all about cleaning up the valley. We said, you know, we think we can get somebody in here to take the recyclables. So we moved it so that we were able to now take 2 30-yard roll-offs, thanks to Waste Management donated that. One of which was, half of that was recyclable, the other half was stuff they'd have to landfill or do what they do.
Right, but you eliminated half of it,
It went out of the valley. So.
It's amazing what people bring in. You know, when you're doing this for the recycling, you know, can you recycle this old bicycle frame? It's like, well, yeah, I guess you can, but then there's also an organization called Bikes Not Bombs, where they take these old bike frames and fix them up and then send them over to areas like South Africa and other areas where they don't have the bikes, but then they actually can do that. So it's amazing.
Well, and that's the whole thing, like you were saying, it's just the different ways you can do stuff.
Right.
Like you say, you don't have to just throw the bike, you know, go to the landfill. I mean, I'm always amazed when I see bikes up there.
Yes.
But of course the tough thing is people finding out about this. I mean, I have the old bike I want to bring, and they put it by the side of their garage. But if they can find out that information, so that's what you guys are really all about. Sharing that information.
There's money to be saved in doing these things too. And really a lot. That is what drives a lot of people. There's also, we're affiliated with the New Hampshire Sustainable Restaurants and Lodging. They have a recognition thing. We also recognize green businesses. The local grocer this year and Mountain View Grand both were recognized at a luncheon that the Chamber of Commerce did. So we support other causes. But we work collaboratively. Green Mountain Conservation Group in Effingham, we did a bit of a education outreach with kids about clean water and so on with that. So we've had a really good time, a lot of things, and we don't mind. We're a big tent organization. Come on in. We'll do what meets our mission, encourage sustainable practices, if we have the resources to do it, and if somebody has an interest, they're the resource. Right. You know, we can use them.
So probably the best ways for people to find out is go on the website, MWVGreenTeam.org. I remembered it. And also the meeting tomorrow night. So you said the meeting tomorrow night's at 5:30 at the Eastern Slope Inn. And then it says your program starts right at 6. So there'll be pizza, there'll be plenty of information. And then probably they can get in touch with you guys, I would imagine, if they want to maybe help out with one item or many.
Right. And the program, we'll just review what we did, but they can get there at 5:30, have some pizza. So you get 5:30, get some pizza, chit-chat. But at 6 o'clock, we'll have the program, and so that'll summarize everything we've done and invite people to help and how they can help. And
great.
It's a good time.
That's great.
Yes. And we are part of the chamber, the Mount Washington Valley Chamber.
We're a subcommittee. Yeah, we're a subcommittee of the Mount Washington Valley Preservation Association, and that gets us the nonprofit status, and we report. We give them a report a couple times a year. This is what we're doing, and they help us out greatly. The chamber office there has resources that they share with the Preservation Association, and we've helped them too. We've put our 2 cents in about lighting and this and that, and they've been a great help dynamic group of people over there at the Chamber office and the Preservation Association.
Terrific.
So come be greener.
Come be greener. So tomorrow night, at 5:30 at the Eastern Slope Inn, go up there, check it out, go onto the website.